Good evening, everyone. It is a perfect night for Friday Night Football, and this is the fourth week of Friday Night Rivals presented by Hill Kelly Dodge. Glad to have you on board with us. I'm Randy Bergen, joined by Jeff Price, and tonight we're in Bratt, Florida, home of the Northview Chiefs, as they'll host the Baker Gators. Jeff, I'm going to tell you, whenever the coaches look at the schedule, this is one they point at.
Oh, yeah, there's maybe two small-town teams, but there's nothing small about this big-time rivalry tonight.
There is certainly no doubt about that, as this is the first district matchup for the season for both teams, and you have a lot of stories to be told, but one is the Gators come in with a 31-game win streak, regular season win streak, and for Northview, they want to win this thing. It's been 2012 since they beat the Baker Gators.
Yeah, in 2012, that's when they won the state championship. So, hey, why not now, like Coach Marshman said? Why can't we beat them now? Should be fun.
Absolutely. We'll get your keys to the game in just a moment, but right now let's go to the third member of our broadcast team. It is our Brownsville Welding sideline reporter. Here's Clayton Habecker.
Thank you, guys. It's going to be another great night of Friday Night Football here. We have great weather conditions. As you can see, only a couple clouds in the sky. Degrees is going to get down around into the lower 80s. So great night for football, but something I do want to bring up. It is Friday the 13th, and we have a full harvest moon tonight. This is something that happens about every 20 years. So the word of the night is Friska-Tricka-Mania. That is the fear of Friday the 13th. So whether it's players or coaches having to wear lucky socks, having to throw some salt over their shoulders, or avoiding black cats altogether, it's going to be a very interesting night, needless to say, here on Friday Night Rivals. Back over to you guys.
All right, Jeff, let's take a look at the keys to the game presented by Northwest Florida State College. Let's start with the homestanding Northview Chiefs.
Yeah, for the Northview Chiefs, hey, it's simple. You know, Coach Marshman talks about, hey, why not now? Well, they're going to have to stop Joe Brunson if the time is now. And the young man averages 15 a carry, so they got the work cut out for them.
Well, there's no question about it. Whenever you flip to the other side and you look at Baker, they come in. Joe Bronson's going to be one of those guys that Northview will have to stop.
Yeah, and for the Baker Gators, I mean, you're going to have to stop Jaden Jackson. I mean, the young man is a Boston College recruit. What else do you need to say? But I'm not talking about just stopping him on offense. The young man plays linebacker as well.
There is no question about it. Okay, we're getting set for Friday Night Rivals presented by Hill Kelly Dodge. We got the kickoff for you right after this. And welcome back to Bratt, Florida, home of the Northview Chiefs. Randy Bergen along with Jeff Price, and there you go. A beautiful look from our drone as we get set for the coin toss, Jeff. Time for a coin toss presented by the United States Marine Corps. And it looks like the Baker Gators have won the coin toss and they have deferred. So for us, the Northview Chiefs will have it going from our right to our left.
Yeah, Baker making a statement right there. They want to go on offense, or Baker wants to go on defense right there. They want to go ahead and try to make their statement here away. Of course, this is a humongous rivalry for those who maybe you don't understand the rivalry yet. You know, this is the north end of the county up here. Escambia County School and Okaloosa County School as well.
And the kick is short at the 30 for Northview. He'll get to about the 41-yard line, and that's where it'll be first and 10 for the Chiefs tonight on a beautiful September 13th, Friday night the 13th. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, I think Clayton right there kind of gave us everything we needed about Friday the 13th. But yeah, hey, let's talk about this Northview offense real quick. And one thing you're going to understand is a little bit different as we see the starters. Talking about Mr. Finley, Wyndham, Kite right there. These guys on the line. And one name you're going to have to understand, Mr. Jackson right there, running back. You got a wing T offense. It's going to be a little bit different look than what you're seeing with the spread offenses. And Ben Wilson's going to be right there as quarterback, but it's going to be a lot of movement. So you're going to have to really pay attention tonight because there's going to be guys in motion everywhere, fake handoffs here, fake handoffs there, and you never know where the ball is going to be.
No doubt about it. Pass right over the middle, and it is caught. We'll give you that starting lineup here in just a moment. Once again, they're caught by Breedlove, number 8 for Northview. And he will get 8 yards on the reception there, so it'll bring up a second down and 2 from the Northview 47.
We'll see the Baker defense right here. We got Morrison, Cadenhead, Mason, LaFear, Lawson, Oglesby right there, Gamble, Mr. Joe Brunson. How about that? Mr. Seth Baxa, Adams, and Croson right there.
So here we go, second down from the pistol. Northview give up the middle. Oh, no, to be around the side, and a nice run for Jaden Jackson. There he is, the junior. We've talked about him. He's one of those impact players for this Chief team, and you said it in pregame, Boston College is already recruiting him.
Yeah, and I'm willing to bet that Boston College is not going to be the last one to recruit this young man right here. Is typically when a team like that comes after a young kid out here, kind of in the middle of nowhere, that's what they love about out here in a farm community. You just got to love it. But, yeah, there's a lot of teams got their eyes on that young man.
A gain of 14 for Northview. It'll be 1st and 10. Now there is a flag on the field. It is an encroachment, dead ball foul against Baker, so they'll move that 5 yards. It'll remain 1st down. We'll say 1st down and 5 from the Baker 39-yard line. This is exactly what Northview needs tonight, because you heard it earlier, Northview has not defeated Baker since 2012 in this big rival. And I'll tell you, talking to Coach Marshman, he's ready for a win tonight.
Yeah, for sure. And I tell you what, Baker decided to go on defense first, trying to make a statement, but it looks like Northview right now is making the statement.
Inside give, and there is number 3, Finley. He will get to about the 26-yard line. Nice run for Finley.
Yeah, Mike Finley right there doing a really good job. And once again, we talk about this Northview team. We see the Bob Tyler Toyota instant replay. A lot of fakes here and there. You never know who has the football. And for Baker, they're going to have to keep their eyes on the football itself. You can't worry about the motion. You got to follow the ball right there.
A 15-yard gain for Northview. 1st and 10. Again, bad snap over the head of the quarterback, Wilson, and that will back it all the way up to the 42-yard line. That's not what you want with a 1st and 10.
No, you see the Bob Tyler Toyota instant replay. Bad snap over his head. Wilson does a really good job to get on the football as he was heavily pursued right there. But, hey, nonetheless, this is not good news for Northview because they are not built for long yardage like this. They may put them in a passing down.
An 18-yard loss for Northview. Another high snap. Will they fall on it? It looks like it's a turnover, and it will be Baker football. There's a young man, we'll talk about him all night. Number 49, Eric McQueen for the Gators. And there's your first turnover for this ball game.
Boy, oh boy, you see it on the replay right there. Eric McQueen, he is just, after seeing that last snap go over his head, pinning his ears back at the defensive end position, and he was not going to be denied right there. Just tremendous turnover right there for the Baker Gators.
Give you the starting lineup for Baker in just a moment, as it'll be 1st and 10 in Chief territory at the 46-yard line. 9 minutes, 29 seconds remaining in the opening quarter here. We are scoreless. Under center, the quarterback, Sam Crossan. He's a senior. He's a first-year starter as quarterback, and he'll hand off only about a yard, maybe 2 on the play.
Now, one thing you notice with these teams is they're not spreading it out. You're not going to see 4 or 5 wide as we see the Baker.
We'll go ahead and give you that Baker offense real quick, presented by Pete Moore. For the Gators, you'll see Xander Long, Jack Adams, Joe Brunson.
Yeah, we got Seth Bax at running back. We got Jack Adams playing the wingback position, Joe Brunson playing the wingback position. One of our receivers is Ashton Morrison. Yeah, I tell you, you're going to have some wingbacks, and maybe not positions you're familiar with unless you've played some old school football. But boy, you're in for a treat tonight.
There's no doubt the ball will remain on the ground, and the ball carrier, number 9, Joe Brunson. Of course, Joe Brunson, the son of the head coach, Matt Brunson, in his 9th season as a head coach for the Gators. The Gators come in with a 2-0 record. For Northview, a 1-1 record. Both teams playing out of district tonight, the first district game of the season. And offensively, you'll see Durant, Parker, Hawkins, Davis, Jackson, Wyndham on the defense for the Chiefs, along with Finley, Breedlove, Sheets, and Walker. Now a 3rd down for the Gators. Brunson in motion, give inside. The ball carrier is Adams. And it looks like there may be another turnover.
Interested to see if they marked him down. And it doesn't look like they did. That's going to be Chief football. Boy, oh boy, how about some huge turnovers to start this game off?
It could be nerves tonight. Again, there are a lot of storylines here in Brett, Florida. Of course, for Baker trying to hold on to that 31-game regular win streak, and for the Chiefs, they're trying to get their first victory over this team in a long, long time. So here we go. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Chiefs. They'll have it from their own 39.
Yeah, that's an Anderson Subaru first down for the Chiefs right here.
Give right side. Not a whole lot. Maybe 2 on the play.
Yeah, Randy,
that was Peebles right there.
I want to mention something real quick. As you see the number 10 on the Northview Chiefs helmets, and of course some of you may not be familiar with it, that number 10 is in honor of Deontay Richardson, the young man who suffered a heart attack hours after their playoff win last year over Graceful. And that's just something this whole community has just rallied around it. You see Richardson number 10 shirts, and they're selling, and it's just such a tragic thing to see a 16-year-old like that go down. Man, oh man, we just pray for the family and pray that nobody has to go through that ever again.
No question about it. As a give on the right side, that was Peebles, and he'll pick up close to a first down. Let's see, actually, he'll come up about 2 or 3 yards short. They'll spot it right at the 46 of Northview, and it'll bring up 3rd down. A beautiful night here. A little warm.
It's always warm up here in Bratt, Florida. Of course, you look off behind the end zone over there, just a beautiful sunset.
No doubt. From the pistol, give right side. That'll be Jackson. He'll hurdle one. He'll get enough for a first before he goes out of bounds. And that right there, that is why both coaches have said that he may be the best athlete on this field tonight.
Yeah, I mean, Action Jackson. That's the nickname around here for him, and you see why. And I'll tell you what, he wears the number 2. Like, if you're familiar with Boston College football, we may not be down here in the South as much, but A.J. Dillon, a running back for Boston College, is a hard-nosed runner. That's what he looks like right there. That is just a spitting image of the young man, and boy, oh boy, it's going to be a long night if Baker can't slow him down.
They'll have it back in Baker territory. It'll be 1st and 10. Inside handoff. Nice gain across the 40 of Baker, still on his feet and finally brought down, and I believe that was Peebles again. Actually, I take that back. The ball carrier was Finley.
Yeah, Hank Finley right there, tough running. Tell you what, that's something that Coach Marshman has brought to this Northview program, is a toughness about them that, man, oh man, you haven't seen in a really long time. And these guys, you already see it on this drive right here. They are not giving up.
An 8-yard gain, 2nd down and a yard for the Chiefs. Again from the pistol. Give left side. He'll fall down before he gets hit, but that should be enough for a first for Northview. And Peebles on the carry.
Yeah, Peebles. And the one thing you're going to notice is we have a timeout right here. Looks like a water break.
All right, we will take a quick timeout with 5:44 left here in the first quarter. This is Friday Night Rivals presented by Hill Kelly. And welcome back to Bratt, Florida, home of the Northview Chiefs, as they have it with a 1st and 10. I'll tell you, Jeff, this first quarter, when you run the ball as much as we're going to see tonight, first quarter almost at an end. 6 minutes already gone.
It's like we blinked, and there it is right there. We're already at a water break. Boy, oh boy, that's old school football in a nutshell right there.
So here we go. 1st and 10. Give. Near side. Cuts it up the middle is Jackson. Actually, again, that was Finley on the carry, and he didn't get a whole lot.
Yeah, really good job right there by the Baker defense. We see the Bob Tyler Toyota instant replay. You see, it's so hard to follow these guys. And, I mean, you got guys pulling, guards pulling left and right, wingbacks pulling. I mean, there's bodies flying around everywhere. So a really good job of keeping their eyes on the football for the Baker defense and making the stop right there.
Certainly welcome you back to Friday Night Rivals, presented by Hill Kelly Dodge. A beautiful Friday evening. Give Peebles left side. He'll pick up 3 maybe on the play, bringing up a 3rd down and long for the Chiefs.
Yeah, you look at 3rd down and long, and of course, anything more than probably 4 yards is going to be really long for either one of these squads. They don't like to throw the football more than probably, I would say these coaches, if they could throw the football 5 to 8 times a game, they know they're probably going to win it.
You're right. So let's see what they can do right here. Again from the pistol, the quarterback. Wilson. He'll put Jackson in motion. Throw, right side, and Jackson nowhere to go. He was brought down quickly by Brunson. Joe Brunson right there. And now 4th down. And let's see what they do when they bring out the punter.
Man, oh man, talk about Mr. Brunson playing both sides of the ball like Mr. Jackson himself. He just read that. Boy, oh boy, like a book right there, flying down there. Not only just flying there, but making the tackle.
A -4 on the play. Now, let's keep in mind that Ben Wilson, not only the quarterback, but he is also the punter. So
might be a pooch punt situation.
If you're going to do it, right now might be the time to do it.
Yeah, play a little field position game with him, and, hey, trust your defense out there. That's what I would – well, I don't know. I mean, I'd kind of expect a little punt here, but so they may have some motion right there on the Northview. Yep,
I think
delay of game.
Delay of game. The clock got to 0, and I think Northview was trying to see if they could get Baker to jump, didn't, so now we're back up. Now you got to think right now you'll punt it away.
Yeah, absolutely right here by Ben Wilson. You see Coach Marshman right there, and let me just tell you once again, just kudos Coach Marshman and the job he's done here at Northview, and it's just a little bit different. You don't have all the luxuries that some of these schools and, you know, the cities and things like that have. He has done such a great job motivating. Of course, Northview a couple years ago got a new facility up here, a weight facility, so they really put that to use as you see these young men down there.
They'll put Jackson in motion, try to get the punt off. They do, and Croson was hit. No flag. And the ball is down at the Gator 22. He sure was.
Boy, he's shaking up coming off the field. Wilson took a shot right there. You sure hope he's all right.
That'll be interesting. He got hit, and there was no flag. I think we're all kind of waiting there, but nonetheless, the Gators will take it 1st and 10.
You can see the replay right here. Watch this man come off the end right there, and boy, right in the hip. Boy, that hurts so bad.
Wow.
And that one doesn't go away either. That's the one you'll feel tomorrow.
It looked mighty close, no doubt about it. So Baker now with 1st and 10. Both teams now with 1 turnover. 3 minutes, 20 seconds left here in this first quarter. We are scoreless. As a quarterback, Sam Croson will be under center. He'll give Brunson up the middle, nowhere to go.
Yeah, it looks like we got some laundry on the field. It's in the area of holding.
Could be. There's a yellow hanky down.
Yep, and that's the call. It's going to be holding against the Gators.
You got to think right now, Jeff, that there's a little bit, although we've got 3 minutes left here in this first quarter, that nerves are still kind of in the stomach of both teams right now, because there's really a lot. Postseason is many weeks away. But talking with Coach Brunson, he's trying to position his team for home field advantage.
Well, I think if you're Coach Brunson and the Gators, all the pressure's on you right now. I mean, everybody expects you. You won 31 games in a row. Everybody expects you to win. Like this game, yeah, it's a rivalry game, but you should win it. For Coach Marshman, his Chiefs are in the right position. They got a little chip on their shoulders. They're tired of hearing about the Gators this and the Gators that, but nobody really expects them to win, and that's exactly the position where they want to be so they can strike.
Look at that front for Northview, and there's some pretty big hosses right there. As now it looks like there's going to be a timeout taken on the field. All right, with 2 minutes and 51 seconds remaining in the scoreless first quarter, we'll take a quick timeout. You've got to tune in to the Friday Night Rivals presented by Hill Kelly Dodge. Wow, oh wow, a harvest moon sits above Bratt, Florida, home of the Northview Chiefs. Randy Bergen along with Jeff Price and third member of our team down on the sidelines. We're going to go down to him in just a little bit. Is Clayton Bachepper, and boy, I'll tell you, that is a beautiful view right there.
And the sky view drone right there, the little addition we have this year.
So here we go. It'll be 1st and 10 for Baker. 2 minutes, 51 seconds remaining in the opening quarter. Give, nowhere to go is Brunson, and he'll be dropped. Actually, the ball carrier was Eric Arias. So A loss on the play. 2nd down and long.
Yeah, it looked like number 55, Wyatt Wyndham right there, the senior, making a big play right there, holding on for dear life and stopping that young man. Because, boy, he had some running room if he would have got free.
For Baker, they'll send a wide out on the near side. Under center, the quarterback. He'll be crossing. And he'll give up the middle again. I want to tell you what, that defensive front for Northview saying we're not having any of this tonight as Brunson can go nowhere, and that'll bring up 3rd and long.
Well, this is one of the impact players that me and you had kind of talked about before, Randy, is Jacob Hawkins, number 22, the senior defensive lineman right there. Boy, playing down the line of scrimmage right there, not coming up field, waiting on that man to run right into him. Boy, he made the tackle, doing a great job.
That Chief defense up front, as you mentioned, just really stopping the run up the middle. Nowhere to go for the Gators so far. As we'll see in the backfield, you'll have Adams along with Arias. And now give Brunson. He'll get a little bit. Might have got back to the original line of scrimmage. 4th down and long for the Gators. And you got to think they're going to punt right here.
Yeah, absolutely. And that shows you the two style of teams we have. Of course, 3rd and long for the Baker Gators, and they're going to stick with their game plan. They're going to run the football because they know Joe Brunson can break a long one, and that's what they're used to. But the Chiefs are doing a fantastic job on defense, and it started with that defensive line, like you said. That defensive line is holding their own in there, and those linebackers are coming up and making some spectacular plays tonight.
Brunson will be the punter for the Gators, and he'll stand right around his own 10-yard line. Back for Northview will be number 3, Mr. Finley. Good
nice
punt
right there.
And it'll hit. It's picked up by Jackson. He'll get across the 50 to the 40, still on his feet, runs to the sideline, now breaks to the middle. Still on his feet, watch out.
Boy.
He can take it all the way in.
Action Jackson, baby.
And he does. That is a touchdown for the homestanding Northview Chiefs. And man, oh man, who would have thought that he would have picked that ball up right around the 45?
Everything, if you go by the book, says get away from the ball. I mean, even I guarantee you, Coach Marshall, when he saw it coming towards him, he was like, get away, get away. But hey, Jaden Action Jackson right there showing you why he is an impact player for this Chiefs squad. Boy, oh boy, talk about some fireworks down here.
Woo! 53 yards for Mr. Jackson and the Northview Chiefs. They'll set up for the PAT.
Man, oh man.
That got the home crowd going. So here we go. They're actually going to go for 2 here.
Little direct snap.
Yep. And it looks like Finley. Did he get across? They're going to say no. So with 19 seconds left here in this first quarter, finally a score in this via Mr. Jaden Jackson. 6-0 our score.
Yeah, Jaden Action Jackson right there. Man, oh man, that was just some fireworks. You were looking at it. Here it is on the Bob Tyler Toyota Instant Replay. We're just thinking, oh, they're going to let it die. And look at it, picks it up. Here's the most important part right here. Watch this cutback. Right there, puts his foot in the ground, and he goes through a line of Gators and comes out unscathed right there. Goodness gracious.
That is fun to watch. I don't think there's a question about that. As you mentioned, that is why this young man has been recruited, and they call him Action Jackson. 53 yards. 6-0 our score. Northview will set up now for the kick.
Yeah, and I don't mind the call right there by Coach Marshman going for 2. Trying to make a statement right there. You got the momentum after a huge pickup and return right there. It didn't go out in their favor.
So Brunson will be back deep, as well as Adams. Adams will pick it up right around his own 16. He'll get across the 20 to the 30. Oh, and he is hit. He is hit mighty big by Durant. And for Baker, they'll start 1st and 10 in their own territory.
Well, we see the Bob Tyler Toyota Instant Replay. A little short of a kick right there coming up, but watch us stop. Right there.
Wow.
Nice job, boy. That's another one right there in the hip. Boy, these young men are going to be sore in the morning. Of course, both coaches told us they're going to see a very physical football team for both of these guys. That's just the way they play.
You're exactly right here. Again, first district game of the season. It's important for both of them. Sam Cross, the quarterback, will be under center. I backfield. And he'll give Brunson left side. He'll find a little bit of a gap.
Ball's
the ball is
out.
on the ground.
And I think Northview has it.
They're
Like a cheap
saying
player.
they have it. Yep. Hey, the officials.
Looks like they're marking him down.
Yep, they're going to say his knee hit the ground first. And
Ooh, that's interesting right there.
that will end the first quarter. With our score 6-0. Wow. Very exciting. That kind of really tuned it up right there.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, we're going to take a quick timeout. When we come back, we'll have second quarter action for you, as this is Friday Night Rivals presented by Hill Kelly Dodge. And welcome back to Friday Night Rivals presented by Hill Kelly Dodge. Another beautiful view here of this wonderful stadium. And it's a smile cam.
Yeah, the Comfort Dental smile cam right there, and that's the Baker side. Oh, boy. Yeah, they don't have a whole lot to be happy about yet. They're not used to this right here being down after a quarter.
We'll start the second quarter with Baker from their own 30-yard line. Listen, they only had 18 yards rushing in that first quarter. Now give right side. Brunson, he'll find a big hole, and he'll get enough for a first down and push it right around the 46-yard line. That's what Coach Brunson right there is looking for.
Yeah, that's the explosiveness right there that they're used to, and Northview's done a really good job up to this point as preventing those big explosive plays.
So a gain of 11 for Joe Brunson. And now Baker from that I backfield. Crosses the quarterback. He'll give again. Brunson, he'll find a little bit of a gap. And brought down by Hawkins. But a gain of 3 on the play.
Yeah, you see Coach Brunson right there. Well, he's fiery, fiery. Of course, we're talking to him. He's a fun guy to talk to. Both these guys are
they're motivators.
Yeah, they really are, and that's what you got to be down here.
So second down. We're going to call it 8 for the Gators. They're trying to see if they can make something happen here. Of course, the Gators come in with a 2-0 record. They won 52-7 over Rocky Bayou Christian in their first game and 42-7 over South Walton last week. Now give up the middle and still on his feet, but finally brought down after a gain of about 6.
It looks like Seth Baxa right there on the carry, number 15. It looks like he's
he kind of got a little injured there.
Yeah, holding his wrist right there. It's either wrist or his shoulder, and you hate to see that.
So now third down and 3 in Chief territory. The Gators haven't been there much tonight.
No, absolutely not. And I'll tell you what, Northview, the other thing Northview's done really well tonight is eating that clock.
They've been doing it for sure. So here we go, right side. Brunson, he'll find a little bit of a gap. Try to get the first down marker, and you know that was one of the things Coach Brunson talked about is they've got to stay ahead of the sticks. And it's going to bring a 4th down and 2, and watch out, he may go for it right here.
Yeah, especially getting a little momentum. And Brunson right there, you saw the hurdle. Boy, this young man right here, even though he's a coach's son, and tell you what, you can tell that he's been coached up by his father, who is a fantastic coach. And you know, I was talking to some of the Baker people before, and you know, Coach Brunson, he played at Baker, and I believe won a state title with him.
He did. Now, let's see what happens. 4th down and 2. Give Brunson. He'll get enough for a first down, and they'll move the sticks. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Gators of Baker. Well, I'll tell you, that right side did exactly what Coach Brunson wanted him to do and made a little hole for Joe Brunson.
Yeah, and it makes it an Anderson Subaru first down right there. And I tell you what, man, oh man, you see those D-line for Northview. They're doing such a great job right there, but that O-line, those big buffet busters up front for Baker, finding a way to just eke out that first down on 4th down.
Again, we talked about it. These two teams right here will keep it on the ground just about all night tonight. We've only seen one pass, and it was a screen pass for Northview. Now give again, right side. Brunson, they're just chewing up that right side over there, and you got to think Coach Marshman in just a minute is going to say, all right, I got an answer for that.
Yeah, absolutely. Maybe picking on a lineman over there. Who knows? And tell you what, though, I don't know if it looked like number 22, Jacob Hawkins, is the one they're coming after. That's not the young man I'd want to come after, but hey, they must have his number for some reason.
You know, for that defense for Northview, they've got 3 seniors on the front and a junior. So these guys are experienced up on that front line. 2nd down and 6 for the Gators. And they'll give it to Brunson again. He'll find a nice hole, plenty for a first. Well, I'll tell you what, that was the Red Sea that opened right there.
Yeah, and you see Joe Brunson, the young man, and the explosiveness. We talk about it over and over and over again. But it's just right there, just gashing them for yards. And, man, the other thing with him is, of course, most of these teams, both of these guys play both ways. The young man ain't coming off the field.
Well, no question about it. An 8-yard gain for the Gators. You know, whenever you look at that front line and you've got Cadenhead, Mason, LaFear, Barcarello, and Oglesby, they're doing exactly what they need to be doing for this Gator offense. Now, 1st and 10. Again, Brunson on the carry, right side. He'll find a nice gap and pick up 5, maybe 6 yards. And they're just wearing out the right side.
Be 2nd and 4 right there, but looks like not sure if that was an illegal block right there by the Chiefs. And looks like
they're
it will
walking
be.
it off. Yep, they will walk it off, and that'll be a 1st down for the Gators as the officials spot it right at the 15-yard line.
I believe it was a block right there at the knees, and of course that's nothing but a safety precaution right there. That's why they make that call.
And now the Gators for the first time tonight in the Synovus red zone, as they'll have 1st and 15.
That's our first time for both teams because Jaden Jackson, of course, you know, he just decided to run it in. He didn't care about Synovus at all.
At the 20. That's exactly right.
He didn't care about Synovus, but we do.
We appreciate all of our partners right here on Friday Night Rivals. So now Krausen again from under center. And guess who gets the ball? It'll be Bronson again. Bronson, the main ball carrier tonight. And I don't think you're going to see anything different when we get to the back half. We still got 7 minutes and 20 seconds remaining here in this opening half of action where the Northview Chiefs lead 6-0.
Yeah, absolutely not. This is working out exactly how Baker wants. They want to chew that clock. They want to wear that defense out. And they want to put the ball in the end zone. So far, they've checked everything off except putting that ball in the end zone.
Well, it looks like there may be a timeout right here, and it is taken by Northview. Jackson was trying to get out on the field, and he couldn't. All right, we will take a quick timeout. 6 minutes and 55 seconds remain here in the 2nd quarter of action. You've got it tuned in to Friday Night Rivals, presented by Hill Kelly Dodge. Welcome back to Friday Night Rivals, presented by Hill Kelly Dodge. We are in Brad, Florida, and there is the mascot for the Northview Chiefs. I'm Randy Bergen along with Jeff Price and the 3rd member, Clayton Becker, is down the sidelines for us as it will be 2nd down for Baker. They're trying to answer that big run, that big return by Jackson a little earlier. So Krausen will be under center. One lone back now in motion will be Brunson. Oh, that was almost taken, and it may be taken by Northview.
It is. That's a Chief football right there.
Oh, my goodness.
Man, oh, man. Coach Marshman is loving that.
That was Ontario Minor. He was back there before the ball was even given away, and he just took it. Watch this.
Yeah, looks like Croson hands him the ball. How about that right there? Beating him to the point. Man, oh, man, that is a tremendous turnover. And you talk about a momentum swing with 6.5 left. Boy, if the Chiefs can run a drive off right here, they may be up 2 scores going into half.
Well, again, if you're just joining us, first district game of 2019 for both of these teams, and for the Chiefs, they've not beaten this Baker team since 2012, and for the Gators, they are trying to maintain a 31-game regular season win streak. Now give up the middle. Oh, Brunson gets in there on the stop. Is nowhere to go for Jackson. I'll tell you what, we talk about impact players, and you know, talking with Coach Brunson about his son Joe, he said, you know, hey, it's always awfully nice to coach your son. He said, but I'm very proud, but he works extremely hard.
Yeah, and you see it right there. I mean, and keep in mind, this is the young man that's carried the ball just about every time for the Gators right now. And you look at him on defense, and he is not skipping a beat. He looks like he's well rested, even though he's been playing the whole entire time.
A loss of 10 for the Chiefs. It'll be 2nd down and 20. Now from the pistol, give up the middle. That'll be Peoples, I do believe it is. He'll get a little bit of it back, but now you've got 3rd down and long with 5 minutes and 40 seconds left here in this first half of action.
Well, if you're the Chiefs right here, you got a big decision. Do you try? I mean, it's a long 3rd down. Do you try to throw it right here, or do you try to run the football, run a little clock off, and try to get some field position, play some defense?
Play clock at 21 seconds, so Coach Marshman probably trying to run some of that clock down. The game clock at 5:15 in this first half. Wide out to the far side. Peoples right behind the quarterback, Wilson, and now Wilson, oh, he'll get sacked. It's like he did not even see the Gator come in and get him.
Yeah, wow, right there. Boy, oh boy, talk about it. Like number 58 for the Gators. Drops back, and you know, that right there shows you, hey, if you're a team that doesn't drop back very often, sometimes you kind of forget how to pass block right there. But
a loss of 6 there. Now you've got yourself in deep trouble, because if you're going to punt, the punter he'll be standing right at the back of the end zone.
Just want to call out.
And remember, the last time that Wilson punted, he got hit pretty hard. That might have been had something to do with him delivering the ball a moment ago. Nice punt. As Brunson will be back. A good roll for the Chiefs. It will roll into Gator territory at the 48.5-yard line, and that's where the Gators will have it 1st and 10, trying to see if they can make something happen.
Yeah, really good punt right there, especially after what happened last time. And boy, Brunson wanted to pick that ball up, just the type of player he is. But yeah, earlier, the sack right there, I want to give credit where credit's due. Devin Jordan, the senior, the Sam linebacker right there for the Gators, making that changed all the momentum right there as Northview had 3rd and long and had dropped back and had some men open, but had no time.
Whenever you look at both of these teams, for the Gators, they are ranked 4th in Class 1A in the state of Florida, and for Northview, they come in ranked 11th in 1A. So you've got 2 teams that know how to win and know how to battle, and that's what we're seeing here tonight. As Carlson will be under center. Again, give right side. That's Brunson. He's got nowhere to go. He'll try to make something happen, but he only gets back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, you see right there, and Coach Marshman has prided his team on defense, and man, oh man, you see it right there. These young men have bought into it, and they're not buying into the hype that, Baker's won 31 in a row. I guess we're supposed to roll over. Here's your rolling over.
Johnny Wyndham was in on the stop there. A loss of 1, 2nd down, 11 for the Gators. Again, Brunson in motion. They'll quick pitch to him. He'll try to get to the sideline, get to the edge, and he'll pick up maybe 5 before he's hit and brought down. And it looked like Peyton Sheets on the stop there, the junior.
Yeah, Peyton Sheets does a really good job right there, because he's kind of the last line of defense out there at corner. And boy, he made a fantastic tackle.
The Gators will get it into Chief territory. Now 3rd down and 5. The ball spotted at the 46 of Northview. 3 minutes and 4 seconds left here.
They're going to, looks like, spread Brunson out right here. Not sure if he's going to be in motion or not, but you might get to see him play a little receiver.
Well, the clock's down to 7 seconds. So they need to make something happen here quick, as Carlson will be under center. One lone back, as you mentioned, Brunson on the near side. Looks to throw for the first time tonight, does. And it is caught by their big man, Eric McQueen. That'll be enough for a 1st down. And that's the first completion, actually the first pass for the Gators tonight.
Yeah, watch it right here. A little play action fake and almost like a little tight end fade right there. And nobody got McQueen. And I'll tell you what, McQueen is, he's the epitome of what a tight end looks like. That's a big young man.
He certainly is, no doubt. A gain of 12 on the play. 1st and 10 for the Gators.
Yeah, it's an Anderson Subaru 1st and 10.
There's going to be a jump, a little offsides. Got a little anxious, did Minor for Northview. And now 1st and 5 for the Gators.
Yeah, the other thing here is we're almost under 2 minutes, so Baker, they're going to need some chunk plays pretty quickly. That clock is going to run out pretty soon.
They'll spot it now at the 31-yard line of Northview. 1st and 5. Everybody looking at their wrist, getting the audible there.
It's either run left or run right. How about that?
Brunson in motion, and there he is. They'll quick pitch it to him. A bad pitch, but he's able to hang on to it, try to get outside, and nowhere to go. Brought down by Wilson. Wilson plays that corner position.
Yeah, what a really good job stretching it out right there with the defense. And I tell you what, another player in on that tackle was number 14, Isaiah Walker, for these Chiefs. That's the thing, I tell you what, is sure tackling. When you have a man like Brunson, you have to make sure you don't let him miss tackles because he will kill you. And that's why Northview has been so successful tonight. The defense doing a really good job.
You talk about that. You're absolutely right. Joe Brunson knows how to shake those tackles and get in the end zone. Tonight he's having a tough time doing it, as it'll be second down. And again, Brunson in motion. They'll give to him this time right side. He'll find a little bit of a hole. He'll lean forward, and there you go. He finishes that run and will be close to a first down.
Yeah, but we're going to be under a minute now. And, of course, Baker has 2 timeouts. Interested to see what they're going to do here.
Well, actually, they'll say it's third and about a half a yard for the Gators as the clock continues to run.
Boy, they better hurry up, figure out what they're going to do here. Too much time is getting off of that clock.
They have all their timeouts left. And it continues to go down. The play clock at 15 seconds.
Boy, oh boy, they must have a secret play up their sleeve with 30 seconds left. Man, this is an interesting call.
Well, they're down to 6 seconds on the play clock. They got to get something to happen quick. As crossing now, it looks like they will call a timeout with 24 seconds. All right, we'll take a quick timeout. 24 seconds left here in the first half. Northview leads 6-0. This is Friday Night Rivals presented by Hill Kelly Dodge. 24 seconds left here in the first half of action. Welcome back to Friday Night Rivals, presented by Hill Kelly Dodge. Randy Bergen, Jeff Price, and Clayton Heibacher down on the sidelines. As the Gators have it, with a third down and short. Clausen rolls to the right side, wide open, and oh my, goes in for a touchdown. Is number 7, and that is Jack Adams. And that is not what Coach Marshman was looking for. Coach Brunson happy about it.
Only their second pass of the game right there. And I tell you what, that's when you run the football. Watch the play action fake right here. Boom. They've run that play multiple times, and it's easy pickings right there. Somebody missed their assignment.
That they did, as the PAT will be attempted by Pierce Thompson, the senior. .13 seconds left here. We're tied at 6. The PAT, the snap is high, the kick is up, and boy, I'll tell you what, it just got over the crossbar there, and it's good. So Baker will take a 1-point lead as we just about finished this first half, 7-6.
Hey, you see the Comfort Dental smile cam right there, and it's like some Gator fans over there.
They got to be happy right now.
She's happy right there. You saw her clapping. Of course, this is still too close of a game for Baker. They're not used to this. Yeah, they kind of run teams out of stadiums normally, and boy, that's just a shot to the Northview defense and how well they played for 1 and I guess 9/10 of a quarter. Right. Let's just say it that way. I'm no math guy over here. I don't want to begin to do that to you folks at home. But man, oh man, just a dagger right there. A little
23 minutes and 47 seconds, I think, would be pretty close right there. But yeah, now you got to see right here for the Gators. Do they keep it out of the hands of the playmaker, number 2 Jackson? Because we've seen already that he has the capability of returning a football. He did earlier, 53 yards on a punt return to put the first score and the only score so far for Northview.
Yeah, if you're Baker right here, I wouldn't be against pooch punting toward the sideline. And hey, if you get a penalty, you get a penalty. But you do not want the ball in the young man's hands, as Mr. Jackson will and can take it back.
You got to watch number 3 also, Dameron Finley. He's been a playmaker tonight for Northview as the Gators get set to kick. Got a great halftime lined up for you. They'll pooch it right up the middle. It'll be caught and downed by Northview. So basically, we'll have about 1 play if they run it. If they throw it, you might squeeze 2 out of it.
Yeah, not sure if Northview, after that last pass attempt they had where Wilson was sacked, not sure if they want to put it in the air. They might, but hey, if I'm Coach Marshman, I'm going to put it in the hands of Mr. Jackson right there, Action Jackson.
You know, one of the things we're going to be doing tonight also is we will be having our Hill Kelly Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Player of the Game, and there's a couple of them right now.
Yeah, it's. I guess it kind of depends on how this game turns out, but man, oh man, they're both about equal right now.
So here we go. As Wilson, the quarterback from the pistol, he'll play, he'll give left side, and there's Finley, nowhere to go. Let's see if they call a quick timeout, and they do, with 5.9 seconds left here in this first half.
Yeah, Coach Marshman using those timeouts right there, understanding, hey, you always have a chance, and you don't get to keep them with you going into halftime.
An interesting night here. September the 13th, it's Friday the 13th.
Ooh.
And you heard Clayton a little earlier in his pregame as he talked a little bit about the black cat, the salt over the shoulder, all of those things going on there. And man, I tell you, this is a perfect storm. Okay, let's go down to Clayton Harker. He is our Brownsville Welding sideline reporter.
Hey guys, I've got Staff Sergeant Johnson down here. Little bit of a mix-up, I heard, with you guys getting here. You weren't here for the coin toss, but it's okay. You guys get a pass. It is Friday the 13th. But tell me a little bit about as far as what you guys do with the Marine Corps and the organizations around the high school.
Okay, well, normally what we do here at these games is we would normally have a pull-up challenge. You know, have people come out and see how many pull-ups they can do, and they win incentive items with however many they can do. But usually when we come to the games, we more just want to show our face. You know, just show them that, hey, whenever you graduate from high school, you know, if you're ever thinking about the military, the different kind of options that are out there, you know, there are a lot of different things out there. A lot of people don't know that the Marine Corps has over 300 different jobs. We're just here to help, you know, spread the word and, you know, let them know, hey, if you've ever thought about it, come see us.
Thank you so much, Jack. Sergeant Johnson, back up to you guys.
There you go, right there. You saw Jackson. He hit that right side, and Jeff, he only needed one man to beat right there, and that would have been a play of the night for the Northview Chiefs. But nonetheless, that's going to end the first half of action with Baker leading 7-6.
Yeah, I thought it was a face mask penalty right
That's
there.
what it looked like.
And I thought we were going to have one more untimed down, but hey, nonetheless, well, what an exciting half of football right here. And if you're the Chiefs, you're going in saying, you know what, I told you guys, Coach Marshman preaching to these guys, why not now? And boy, Friday the 13th might be now.
Well, it could be. Of course, Clayton's going to try to see if he can talk with Coach Brunson here as we go into half. And again, we got some stats for you. We'll talk about those coming up in just a little bit. Big halftime for you as well. But let's see if we can go down to to Clayton Harker. He's got Coach Brunson with him.
Hey guys, I'm down here with Coach Brunson. Kind of a weird, quirky half going on in the first half there. Tell me, a lot of people were thinking you guys were going to call a timeout. It ended up working for you going into the end zone on that last play. What was going on with that?
Well, we were trying to get the formation we needed and hit a play, but our guys ended up executing, and we got a guy open, and that was a big play to turn the momentum a little bit because we hadn't stopped them much. And first downs are hard to come by. They've done a great job, but actually hitting a play right there was awesome for us.
Main adjustments you're looking for going into the locker room?
You know, we just got to – we can't get behind the sticks. We've had a couple setbacks. We've turned the ball over, which is very uncharacteristic of our guys. We're going to settle down and just come out and play. They've done a good job, and we knew they would, and it'll be a tough second half. And could be coming down to the team that has the ball last, you know.
One last question for you. Friday the 13th, you got any superstitions?
My superstition is we're playing what used to be some Century Black Cats, so we're hoping we can turn that around.
Thank you so much, Coach. Best of luck to you.
Oh, wow. How about that?
Century Black Cats. There you go. Wow, that's very, very interesting. But, you know, he made some good points right there. They made a couple of turnovers that Baker was not – they're not really used to doing. They're used to scoring a lot more, not able to do that because it looks like, you know, Northview is doing exactly what they need to do. So this second half is going to be absolutely fantastic. Okay, we are at the half. 7-6. Baker leads the homestanding Chiefs of Northview. We will take a timeout. You got to tune in to Friday Night Rivals, presented by Hill Kelly Dodge. We are at half as the Baker Gators lead the homestanding Northview Chiefs 7-6. This is your halftime report presented by Andy Citron, the injury attorney. Let's go down to Clayton Harker. He is our Brownsville Welding sideline reporter. He's got a special guest.
Down here on the sideline, guys, I have Principal Cheryl here at Northview High School. Principal Cheryl, tell us a little bit about what makes Northview special to you.
Well, I think what makes Northview special to me is, of course, we have the students, the community, the people that work here. I mean, this is a community, an area that has small town values. I worked here before as an assistant principal from 2004 to 2011, and fell in love with the school and the whole community and everybody that's a part of Northview. So it has a very special place in my heart.
Tell me, what's the best kept secret here in Northview High School to you?
I just think that, like I said, it's hard to find a community and a school, and it's probably because we're isolated. We're in a small area here with this north end part of the county, but just the values and the way that people live their lives here, I think, is just very special. Just something that I can relate with, and like I said, I'm just very proud to be here.
Absolutely. Last question for you. Friday the 13th. Any superstitions or routine you go through on Friday game day?
No, sir. I'm just, it's a great football game. What a wonderful environment to have a high school football game, and you got two very competitive teams battling it out. Got two bands that are battling out here, and it's just a great experience, and I'm just glad to be a part of it.
Thank you, Principal Sherrill. Thank you for being a great host to us. Back up to you guys.
Hey, thanks, Clayton. And boy, I tell you what, Coach Sherrill, or Principal Sherrill, I should say, just explained to you what's so great, and we're in a farm community up here, small town community. You got to love it. But how about this? So we're going to go to our 11 Law A+ athlete, and it's William Beach from Northview. He's a football player, weightlifter, has a 4.7 GPA, which I believe you could add up all 4 years of mine and wouldn't make 4.7. But hey, nonetheless, William, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Super honored to have this award. I'd really like to thank my mom and my dad. My mom especially. When I was in middle school, I was not as competitive, I guess, in school, and she's really helped me throughout high school on staying intact. And I'd like to thank my coaches for emphasizing the work done in the classroom and on the field. And so that's really helped me stay strong as a academic all-star. I'd like to thank my teachers at Northview for really during freshman year getting me started and helping me stay on track and realize how important high school grades are. And then I'd like to thank my teachers at PSC for helping me continue my education and being really lenient on some things. And then I'd like to thank Levin Papantonio for sponsoring this award.
I'm attorney Rachel Gilmer with Levin Papantonio. At Levin Papantonio, we understand the value of education and teamwork that is gained through high school sports. That's why we're a proud supporter of student athletes everywhere.
But yeah, I did participate in sports. I went to Pensacola High School, as a matter of fact, back in the 60s. Played baseball for Fred Waters, who's a well-known baseball coach around here. Teamwork, that's the main thing that's to be learned from team sports. And nobody can do anything on their own. You need somebody to help you. And that's a great lesson to learn for anybody in life.
Try again to punt the ball with 37 ticks left to go. Magwood standing at his 40. No, he's going to throw it.
I told you.
There you go, a little trickery. Down to sidelines, 45-40, 35-30, 25-20, 15-10, and fighting and turning and carrying defenders into the end zone on the play.
To move against our defense right now, so get the ball to your playmaker.
Quick throw, intercepted. Upper St. Clair, Mateo Sapolio. One man to beat, and he is gone. Pick six for Upper St. Clair.
Quarterback for Russ Jones in the first year of Syracuse football.
Hamlin wants a punch. He's got it. And Burt right in front of Grandma. Scores again.
Cunningham bobbles the snap but corrals it. Now lets it fly deep. Up and making that catch is Simmons. Slade Simmons with an excellent grab in coverage.
For the Crusaders. Fox will come back over the middle. Little hit and lateral, and it's going to be Sigma. Will take it in for 6. Oh my goodness!
Now break down, far side again. This is Fisher breaking tackles and cutting it to the near side. Now he's going to pick up some blockers inside 20 to 35 to 25. down to the 15, cuts it back at the 10. Look at this. Skips past another. Spin move. Touchdown.
Earn your career in a year at Laughlin Technical College. The mission of Laughlin Tech is to prepare students for current and emergent high-demand careers through collaboration with community stakeholders. Expanding opportunities and access to training programs will provide a talent pipeline to meet regional workforce demands. From automotive to welding and legal administrative specialist, go to laughlintech.com for information about classes and registration.
And welcome back to the Halftime Report presented by Andy Citron. Boy, what a beautiful view of the moon. And I'll tell you what, we have had a wonderful game here in Pratt, Florida, home of the Chiefs of Northview. Unfortunately, right now, Jeff, they are a point behind the visiting Gators of Baker. Randy Bergen along with Jeff Price here with you. And if we look at some of the stats here of the first half, you look at Baker to start off with, 44 yards passing, 63 yards rushing. And let's talk about that for a minute because those passing yards, there was only 2 passes.
Yeah, and one big one right there with only seconds left in the second half. Man, oh man, it kind of caught Northview. Of course, it caught us off guard as well, as that's 2 passes, like you said, running the football as well as Baker did. And Baker got hot in the second quarter. First quarter, the Chiefs did a really good job shutting them down. Of course, you see the 63. Baker only had 19 yards in the first quarter.
Exactly.
That tells you about the second half or the second quarter they had there. But on the Northview side, let's talk about that. Of course, Mr. Jackson, he kind of had that big punt return, and that was kind of everything for him. And, man, ever since then, they haven't been able to do much. But you see the turnovers, not really what these teams wanted, but the penalties, that's exactly what you expect out of these teams. Well-coached, disciplined ball club.
And those turnovers, let's talk about that because those really kind of came more in the first quarter. It seems like the butterflies were still there for Northview. We had a couple of high snaps there that we saw. And again, that was, I think, just a little bit of the jitters going on. But the second half is really going to be interesting. We're glad you're here with us for Friday Night Rivals, as we'll take a quick time out. When we come back, we'll get you set for second half action. Friday Night Rivals presented by Hill Kelly Dodge. And we're going to get you set for second half action coming up in just a few moments. It is Friday Night Rivals presented by Hill Kelly Dodge. Randy Bergen along with Jeff Price. And Jeff will go down the sidelines here in just a few moments as Clayton will have the coach with him. And he is right now on the sideline. So let's go down to our Brownsville Welding sideline reporter. Here's Clayton Habecker.
Hey guys, down here with Coach Marshman. Wild first half going into it, but you got a close game going in at halftime here at home. Tell me a little bit about going into the first half there, as far as the momentum and the question you asked your team.
Yeah, you know, it was a lot of what we expected. 2 physical football teams that want to hang their hat on running. They had a little more success early on throwing the football than we did. You know, that's something we're going to work on. But both teams are going to continue doing what they do. You know, we're going to run the football. They're going to run the football. We're going to be physical. They're going to be physical. It was, like I said, it was a lot of what we expected, though. We opened up with a really big drive and shot ourselves in the foot. We've had a couple opportunities to really make some runs there, and we're close to breaking a few of them. So we're just going to keep doing what we do, and they're going to keep doing what they do, and it's going to be a hell of a football game down the stretch.
Thank you so much, Coach. One last question for you. Any superstitions going into the second half?
No, we're going to continue doing what we do. That's about it.
Thank you so much. Best of luck to you.
All right, there you go, Coach Marshman, and he's got that serious look. He wants this win here bad tonight. Obviously, the first district game of the season. Not only that, trying to get that win since 2012. The Northview Chiefs have not defeated the Baker Gators, and he's trying to stop their streak of 31 regular season wins and see if he can stop that losing streak against the Gators, Jeff.
Yeah, Coach Marshman, all business, and that's why these guys love him. I mean, it's all well and good, but 7-6 at halftime doesn't win you a ball game. He knows they should be out in front more, and hey, I tell you what, it's going to be a fun second half.
You know, that's a different conversation, except you had 4th down. The Gators had 4th down and short. They went for it. They pass it down the sideline. They take it in with 13 seconds left in that second quarter and score. And I'm going to tell you, that was a little tough. You got some scores for us from around the area.
Yeah, how about this? So PHS, we had them last week, and they're up 22-15 right now at half with Choctaw. Of course, Washington, we talked about that defense not giving up a point. Well, yeah, now they've gone 13 quarters as they are up 14-0 on Gulf Breeze without giving up a point. How about that? West Florida's over Arnold at half, 35-14, and Crestview and Niceville are tied at half, 7-7 right now.
Right here, our score 7-6 as the Gators lead the Chiefs, and the Chiefs get set to kick off. If you remember the coin tossed, our U.S. Marine Corps coin tossed, the Gators won. They deferred, so they will receive and to kick off. It'll be picked up at the 18-yard line. That'll be Brunson on the right side. He'll try to find a little bit of a hole. He'll hit the edge and be brought down at the 40-yard line. So for the Gators, they'll set up camp 1st and 10.
Yeah, a little interesting. Northview decided to kick right there deep to Brunson, but hey, nonetheless, they respect him a lot, but hey, they trust their defense. They trust their guys on special teams, and they've done a good job tonight containing him.
Again, that offense is run by the senior quarterback, Sam Crossan. This is his first year as a starting quarterback back there, and he'll be under center, which we've seen most of the night tonight. And, of course, number 9, Joe Bronson, the son of the coach, Matt Bronson, who has had a heck of a ball game so far in the first half. You can expect to see him touch the ball many, many times here in the back half here. So let's see as we get started. 7-6 just underway. Glad you're aboard with us. And again, the give, Bronson left side. You know, they worked that right side pretty much 3/4 of the first half. And that looks like they want to start picking on the left side.
Yeah, absolutely. And you see right there, Jaheim Durant and Peyton Sheets on the tackle right there. They're going to have to find a way to, as that defensive line, bust the line of scrimmage and get in that backfield like they had early success in the first quarter.
A gain of 4 on the play. We'll call it 2nd down and 6. The ball will set at the Gator 44-yard line. Pro-high backfield. There's Crossan under center. And he'll give again to Bronson up the middle. Nowhere to go. Boy, he is hit and stuck at the line of scrimmage. It looked like the big man, Johnny Wyndham, number 50, kind of got a hand on him to slow him up.
Yeah, 50 and 57, JoJo Parker right there, the big D line. Man, that's exactly what the doctor ordered for these guys. Finding a way to get in that backfield and disrupt Brunson and disrupt the running lane for these guys.
So no gain. 3rd down, 6 for the Gators. They're trying to make something happen here to start this back half. Now in motion.
Oh,
and there's going to be a flag thrown. It looked like Jack Adams could not get that signal from Crossan to go in motion, and there's going to be a penalty here. It'll remain 3rd down, but now you've got a long 3rd down, and that was one of the things Coach Brunson was talking about. We don't want long 3rd downs, as most coaches, they want them 3rd and 1, 3rd and 2 tops.
Yeah, he talks about staying ahead of the sticks, and you looked up there, number 49, Eric McQueen, who also jumped, and not looking like the Baker squad we saw in the second quarter.
Well, it'll bring up 3rd down and 11, just underway here, second half action. The ball now at the Gator 39-yard line. Crossing under center, 2 wideouts far side. And the give up the middle, nowhere to go was Baxa, and he's brought down at the 40-yard line, so 4th and long. You got to think they'll punt it away here.
Yeah, really good job right there, getting back to what made them successful there early in the first half for these Chiefs, and gives your punt team an opportunity or punt return right there as you got Jackson over there to give a big punt return. As Jackson's the one, keep in mind, the one that had the big return to score the touchdown earlier, the only offense for the Chiefs so far.
Damian Finley will be back with Jaden Jackson. They'll stand right around their own 35-yard line as Joe Bronson will be the punter. He'll step to about his own 28. And let's see. 9 minutes, 24 seconds left here in the second half, or third quarter, actually. And a knuckleball, it'll hit at the 30 and take a Gator roll inside the 15 to the 14. You know, Finley looked at that, and he looked like he thought about picking it up.
Well, remember the last punt, there was Mr. Jackson there. The ball skipped up, and he decided to pick it up, even though he probably shouldn't have, and he took it for 6. Tell you what, one thing I want you to pay attention to on that punt right there, of course, Brunson's the punter. Very dangerous punter right there, should I say. But every one of those guys on the punt team for Northview turning their backs to him, that might be something that plays a role here in the second half if Baker ends up having a punt again.
Very good point. Very good point. So here we go, 1st and 10 for Northview from their own 14-yard line. The quarterback, number 11, Ben Wilson. And he'll hand off. Jackson nowhere to go. And on the stop there, number 2, Zane Steele.
Yeah,
grabbed his jersey there and brought him down.
Really good job by Steele right there. Playing down the line, forcing, he's sitting there holding his blocker at bay, able to reach his hand out there. And it ain't easy just grabbing that young man with one hand. I don't think too many people have stopped him this year.
Whenever you look at this Northview Chiefs team, they've got 14 seniors, 9 juniors, 6 sophomores, and 2 freshmen. As it'll be 2nd down and 11. Now the give, right side, Peebles. And he'll pick up a little bit, but it's still going to be a long 3rd down for the Chiefs.
Yeah, both defenses really coming out and showing up here early in the second half. Man, oh man, stopping, of course, what was 2 pretty potent running attacks earlier. Of course, Northview had a couple opportunities on the offensive side. They just couldn't figure it out. And like Coach said at right after halftime, they just shot themselves in the foot. So tough sledding right now.
You wonder if they're going to throw it here, if they're going to keep it on the ground like they've done in the first half. As now we'll go to the pistol, and they'll play action to Jackson, wanting to throw. They do, and overshoots the intended receiver, Wilson. He had Finley wide open and just overthrew it. Boy, he could have got some real estate done there.
Man, oh man, boy, he was. I say it just about every week. He's almost too open. Look at that. All you got to do is just throw it up and let him go get it. And man,
there was no one around him.
Tell you what, though, easier said than done.
when you got those big bodies chasing you down, you're absolutely right. So now 4th down and long for the Chiefs. Of course, remember, Wilson is not only the quarterback, but he's the punter as well. He'll step back like he wants to punt. For the Gators, they'll put Brunson at midfield. He'll get the punt off. Not a bad punt, as it'll hit and actually will go out of bounds at about the 42-yard line of Northview. So a short field for the Gators.
Yeah, not probably what Wilson wanted right there, especially after missing the open receiver. Tried to redeem himself on the punt, and well, you see Coach Marshman right there. That's the one thing I love about there's multiple things I love about him, but he never stops coaching at any point. He always goes up to his players and tries to coach them up and get them better every play.
7 minutes, 35 seconds remaining here in the 3rd quarter of action as Baker leads Northview 7-6. If you're asking about the 6, well, on that long 53-yard punt return by Jackson, Northview went for 2 and did not make it. Now crossing the quarterback under center. He'll give Brunson right side. Brunson finds some room. He'll spin and get to about the 32-yard line. And that'll be close to a 1st down.
Yeah, we talked about earlier, the Northview sure tackling is kind of what made them have the success they had in the first half. And you see Brunson just spinning out of tackles right there. It's something that it just shows you how just dangerous he is as a runner. You've got to be able to hold on to that young man and can't let him spin out of tackles.
An 8-yard gain for the Gators, so 2nd down and 2.
Yeah, don't.
And again, they'll keep that on the ground, I'm sure.
Don't forget, we got Prep Football Final at 11 p.m. Channel 3 with Dan and Steve.
They do a great job. There's no question. Give right side. There's Brunson. He finds it. He'll get across the 30. That'll be plenty for a 1st down. And the Gators right now just kind of chewing that clock up and chewing up some ground.
Yeah, playing right into what they want to do right here. Just a good job. As long as they can stay positive, get that 1st down. And remember Coach Brunson talking about playing ahead of the sticks. As long as you can get 2 or 3 a carry, you're going to be in good position.
The ball spotted at the 27 of Northview. 1st and 10, Gators. Friday Night Rivals presented by Hill Kelly Dodge, Randy Bergen, along with Jeff Price and our Brownsville welding sideline reporter Clayton Habacker. As Brunson again on the carry. Oh, he's hit, but he spins out of it. And a nice gain for Brunson. Boy, he was hit pretty quick there by Jacob Hawkins for Northview. And right there exactly goes back to what we were talking about with Brunson. He knows how to finish a run.
Yeah, so tough, and that's the tackles early in the game Northview was making right there, and now you're starting to see. Keep in mind, both these teams play on both sides of the ball. Very few of these guys come off the field at any point.
2nd down, and we'll call it 6 for the Gators. Looked like they were trying to get Northview to jump a little bit. But nonetheless, 8 seconds on the play clock. Now give Brunson right side. He'll find another gap. He'll get enough for a 1st down. Down the sideline and pushed out of bounds right around the 15-yard line. Again, Brunson just racking up the yardage. Could be a penalty.
Yeah, late flag over there. Not sure if it was a late hit or what was up. Interested to see what the refs call right here.
Nonetheless, it just shows you the talent of Joe Brunson. Again, just a junior. And really, his first start this year, he's starting at running back. And doing an awfully good job.
And having a good conversation over there. Coach Brunson doesn't. He seems hot. I don't know if it's against Baker right there. Maybe not. What he's signaling.
Well, Coach Brunson talking to the head official.
Yep, it's going to be against Baker. Looks like sportsmanlike conduct against the Gators. Boy, and
back
you see
that one up. That's 15.
And that is just killer right there with the way you've been driving the ball down this defense. Just unnecessary penalties. Of course, Coach Brunson saying earlier it's just uncharacteristic the way they kind of played there early in the first half. And interested to see if we can see on the Bob Tyler Toyota instant replay what happened right here. Can't really see what's going on. Not sure if Brunson may have tossed the ball at a Northview guy right there. I'm not sure what had happened, but nonetheless, it's 15 yards against the Gators.
That'll back it up to the 29-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Gators. If you're Northview, that may be exactly what you needed. From the eye, again, give right side. Brunson, he'll find another little bit of a hole, and he'll pick up some yardage, still on his feet, and finally brought down. And on the stop there for Northview was Isaiah Walker, the senior, and it looked like Wyatt Wyndham. Gain of 5, 2nd down and 5 for Baker.
It's almost like Brunson's in a different gear than everybody else on the field right now. It's like he's been rejuvenated here in the second half.
You know what's interesting, too, with the heat that we've had, I think we'll start seeing some cramping coming on here in just a minute. That's going to be interesting to see how that plays. As Crossing will be under center, eye backfield, now give. Right side, Brunson again. He'll find a hole. He'll lean forward. And again, the young man knows how to finish a run. He'll pick up a couple.
Yeah, trying to get whatever he can right there. Just hard-nosed running. And, man, oh, man, that young man has been a workhorse all night long on both sides of the ball.
You're going to say 3rd down. We'll say 3 for the Gators.
Once again, the Gators just chewing the clock as it's under 4 minutes here in the 3rd quarter.
And we do know one thing about Coach Brunson. If they get it to 4th down and around 2, they'll go for it. 3rd quarter action, 3 minutes, 43 seconds left here, and the give left side. That'll be Baxa, and I think he just got to the line of scrimmage before he was pushed back. It'll be 4th down.
Yeah, really good job right there by that defensive line of Northview showing up on time. And it's going to be a huge 4th down. And it looks
There's
like we got
another penalty.
Oh, boy. Unsportsmanlike conduct against the Chiefs, and that is going to just take it out of their hands, and that is unnecessary right there. Boy, you know Coach Marshman is not going to like that.
Oh, my. You can bet both coaches are going to have a little chat with their teams this week about unsportsman conduct. Hey, look, there's a lot of things that can happen, but that's one they won't put up with.
Yeah, it looks like it was on Johnny Wyndham by the reaction right there as the young man tossed his helmet to the side. And very unhappy with the call. And I think Coach Marshman's trying to figure out what happened. But nonetheless, it was going to be 4th and about 3 right there for the Gators, and now it's 1st and 10.
You just handed it, and now they are in the Synovus red zone.
Yeah, after the Gators committing a big unsportsmanlike penalty and Northview kind of getting a gift right there, they took advantage of it, and man, oh man, gave it right back.
So here we go. There's Krausen under center. Again, the give. Left side this time is Brunson. He'll get it to right around the 5-yard line. 3 minutes and 12 seconds remaining here in the 3rd quarter. 7-6 as Baker leads Northview.
And I know it's only a 7-6 ball game, but that defense has got to just find some wind right here and find a way to stop these Gators and I doubt they would try to kick a field goal, but man, if you could keep them to 3 here, that would be a tremendous win, especially the way this defense has been playing out there tonight.
You are absolutely right for that Northview defense. So here we go with a second down. You got to imagine Brunson gets it. He does. He'll lean forward. He'll get inside the 5, close. Right around the 4, I think, is where they'll spot it. And Coach Brunson wanting some points on the board for a little security.
Well, keep in mind that the Baker Gators in the 2 games this year have scored 94 points. So the fact that they're at 7 here and we're almost to the 4th quarter, that's a tremendous statement for that Northview defense, but they don't care unless they get a W on the board tonight.
Well, you know, in the first half, we saw a couple of turnovers, and right now, if you're a Northview fan, you're looking for that. If you're a Baker fan, you're looking for 6 points. The senior quarterback, he will give. Brunson up the middle. Oh, Brunson snuck by Jackson. And I'm telling you, Jackson had a beat on him.
Boy,
able to get around him and get close to the 3.
Jackson kind of coming in hot right there, and Brunson just tries to find a way to sidestep him, and that's Jackson pretty much made him fall down right there because Brunson saw him coming. Doing a really good job right there if you're Jackson.
Here's the question. It's 4th down for the Baker Gators. The ball at the 3-yard line. What will they do?
Boy, you hear the crowd getting into it, and this is a packed house here in Bratt, Florida. And this might be the game here.
Here you go. They line up. They'll give Brunson. Brunson, he will find the end zone. And they will say, no, they will say it is a touchdown. So the Gators put 6 on with a 4th down. That's how they did it the last time they scored. It was 4th and short. They went for it and put 6 points on.
Every inch matters, as you see right here, doing a great job, but just gets it in the end zone right there. Is a little off tackle. Those offensive linemen do a fantastic job, and man, oh man, what a drive by the Baker Gators.
The senior, Pierce Thompson, will come in for the PAT. The kick is up, and it is good. So with 1:18 left here in the 3rd quarter of action, the Baker Gators take a 14-6 lead over the Northview Chiefs. This is Friday Night Rivals presented by Hill Kelly Dodge. Welcome back to Bratt, Florida, home of the Northview Chiefs as they trail the Baker Gators 14-6 with 1:18 left here in the 3rd quarter of action as Baker sets up to kick off, and it looks like the officials have stopped him, Jeff.
Yeah, not sure if they blew it live yet or not. How about this? So we just got word. You know, we had PHS Washington last week. We talked about the streak.
Absolutely.
11 quarters shutting people out and not giving up a point. Not giving up 1 point, folks. Well, they just shut out Gulf Breeze, 21-0, and that is a final. That is 15 quarters now.
This is a team that went 0-10 last year, right?
0-10 last year. Got a new coach, Tommy Joe Whidden over there, doing a fantastic job.
So here we go, pooch kick. It'll be picked up, far side, and wrestled down. He's still on his feet. Northview. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Chiefs, needing to answer as the 3rd period coming close to an end here and trailing by 8. Randy Bergen along with Jeff Price, and our sideline reporter is Clayton Harbecker. Of course, that's the Brownsville Welding sideline report. Glad you're on board with us here for Friday Night Rivals presented by Hill Kelly Dodge. Now 1st and 10 for for Northview. You know, and one thing they didn't do, I don't remember them taking a 6-minute timeout or
a water break timeout. Yeah.
Yeah,
and it is. It's very hot and humid out here, folks, tonight.
4th quarter will be interesting. Will cramps be something to look for? Nonetheless, 1st and 10. Give up the middle. There's Jackson.
There he goes, folks.
My goodness. That is why that young man will be going to Boston College. He takes it all the way in for a Northview touchdown.
Jaden Jackson right there, and you're seeing it. Man, oh man, boy.
61 yards for Jaden Jackson, number 2. And I'm telling you, that left side opened up the hole for him, and he did the rest.
You could have drove a Mack truck through that left side right there. And, you know, me and you could have ran through that. Not that we would have made it to the end zone or anything, but we could have ran through it. How about that right there? Great job. And you talk about a second gear. Boy, that was a second or third gear right there for Mr. Jackson.
So now Wilson will come in.
You got to go for 2 here.
They've got to. The quarterback, number 11, Ben Wilson, from the pistol, wide out on the far side. He'll put Jackson in motion. He'll give. Ball on the ground.
Oh, man.
And Finley could not hang on to it, so it is no good. There will be an 2-point difference here, as we will take a quick timeout with 54 seconds left in the third quarter. Baker leads Northview 14-12. This is Friday Night Rivals, presented by Hill Kelly Dodge. Welcome back to Friday Night Rivals, presented by Hill Kelly Dodge. I'm Randy Bergen, along with Jeff Price. Our Brownsville Welding sideline reporter is Clayton Habacher, and a 61-yard jump by Mr. Jaden Jackson for Northview. And you've been calling him Action Jackson. I've got another one for him. I'm sorry, Jaden Jackson. I've got another one for him.
What's that?
Flash.
That's a good one.
That dude was gone. He was gone, as Northview will set up to kick. They do. It'll be picked up at the 15-yard line. Adams, right side. He finds a little bit of a gap. He'll try to hit the edge and pushed out of bounds right around the 38-yard line of Baker. So that's where they'll have it, 1st and 10. Jaden Jackson, and if you're just joining us, this young man has been recruited by Boston College, and he is certainly one of the impact players here on this Northview Chief team.
Yeah,
a 53-yard punt return for Jackson and a 61-yard return handoff. And man, that puts some yards on your tally there.
Well, you know, last week they played, or week before last, they played Flomaton, who was the 3A state champion last year. And they lost by a point there, but Mr. Jackson had 136 yards with 2 touchdowns. It just shows you the versatility. It doesn't matter who he goes up against. You ain't stopping that young man.
No, sir. No, sir. So here we go. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Gators. They'll set up at their own 37-yard line. Sam Crossan, the quarterback. He'll hand off right side. Brunson gets his jersey pulled, but able to lean forward and get to about the 44-yard line. Again, I am very impressed with Joe Brunson, the junior, and the way he has been running. It doesn't matter how big you are or how small you are, he's getting yardage on you, brother.
Oh, yeah. I mean, he is a smart runner. He follows his blocks. He doesn't try to do too much. Tell you what, I'm a little surprised. You see Coach Brunson's hot right there, and I don't blame him. It looked like kind of a horse collar right there, tackle, but they didn't call it. Remember that horse collar is when they grab you from behind the neck and try to pull you down, and that's just a safety issue right there. As you don't see too many guys break their legs on that. It looks like Baker got a penalty right there.
Yeah, I think that was a sideline penalty. So after the big run by Brunson, they're going to back it up 5 yards, and it'll be 2nd down, and we'll call it 8.
Boy,
this third quarter is just about at an end.
Both these coaches are fiery, man. They are fun to watch.
Again, both teams trying to keep a streak, one trying to break a streak. As they give to Brunson, right side. He'll follow his blocking, a very patient runner, and pushed out of bounds. He'll have plenty for a 1st down, as looks like they may have the ball in Northview territory.
Yeah, really good run right there. We just talked about Brunson always trying not to do too much with it. You never see him kind of go on his own way. He is taught to follow his blockers, as they're the ones that'll lead him to the end zone. And you just see it right there as he puts his hand on one of his linemen, and they go on downfield.
A 9-yard gain for Northview. They will spot it at midfield. It will be 1st and 10 for the Gators. Third quarter action coming to an end here in Brant, Florida. As now they'll bunch it up and give. Near side, Brunson. He'll get it into across midfield, brought down by Jackson. A gain of 2, 2nd down and 8. And that is going to wrap up the third quarter of action. I'm telling you, this ball game is flying through here tonight. So we will take a quick timeout as we enter the 4th quarter of action. The Baker Gators lead the Northview Chiefs 14-12. This is Friday Night Rivals, presented by Hill Kelly Dodge. Welcome back to fourth quarter action here. Friday night rivals presented by Hill Kelly Dodge. I'm Randy Bergen along with Jeff Price, and we start this fourth quarter. And Jeff, we were just talking about it. This fourth quarter is going to be so much fun as Baker will have it. 2nd down and 8. They are in Northview territory. Quarterback keeper. He's able to get away with it. Is Croson, but he will lose a little bit, bringing up a 3rd down and long for the Gators. And it will be. They'll back it up to the midfield. So,
wow, right
if you're
there.
Northview, you like that. If you're Baker, that's not what you were looking for.
Yeah, now if you're Northview, great job right there, and you put Baker in a situation they don't want to be in 3rd and long, as neither one of these teams is built for 3rd and long at all.
3rd down and 10.
So we got to watch that little tight end dump play they threw earlier.
To McQueen, you're absolutely right. They'll put Brunson in motion. They'll pitch it to him. He'll try to get to the outside. He'll break one tackle. Flags all over the place. And this is going against Baker, I'm afraid.
Yeah, it looks like a holding call. Yep, and it is. And boy, oh boy, make matters worse. But Brunson gets outside. It's so crazy. It looks like he's always cut off on that sideline. And he always finds a way to get around the edge right there. But nonetheless, it is coming back for the Gators.
No doubt about it. He is sneaky. You know, we talk about tonight being Friday the 13th, a harvest full moon. That doesn't happen but about every 20 years. And tonight,
it's been one of those games.
It really has been. I'm telling you, if you're just joining us, this has been a really, really fun ball game to call and to watch because both teams trying to break their streak.
Well, you just don't get to see this type of football anymore as everybody's gone to the 5-wide or 4-wide spread offense, in the shotgun. And, man, it's just good to go back to the old days here.
We've probably seen a total of 5 passes tonight.
Yeah.
As it'll be 3rd down and extremely long for the Gators back in their own territory. They'll put Adams in motion. And now looking to throw. Cross it. He'll throw. That'll be the big man, McQueen, far side. And he does not. Well, he gets into Northview territory, but that's not enough for a 1st down.
Yeah,
so
but
now you've got 4th and long.
Well, it looked like Northview may have dropped back into a little zone right there, understanding it was 3rd and long like that. Either that or someone did not pick up McQueen again. And, boy, thank goodness it was 3rd and long, or he may have had a 1st down.
Well, let's see what Coach Brunson does here for Baker with a 4th down and 8. They've got to get to about the 41-yard line of Northview.
Well, remember Coach Marshman said, no better time than now. Why not now? Well, here's now right in front of your face on 4th down. Let's see if they can find a way to stop him.
Here we go as the crowd gets loud. Play action, looking to throw, pressure, Croson throws, intercepted! Intercepted! That is Jackson.
Oh,
Jackson,
my goodness.
Still on his feet, brought down.
Wow.
In Baker territory. In the Synovus red zone.
You talk about impact players, and you talk about guys that your team relies on. You see Bob Sawyer Toyota instant replay right here. I don't know if it was a miscommunication.
He just jumped the route there.
It was a poor throw right there. It looked like almost like a wheel route by the young man running up a sideline for the Gators. And tell you what, Croson did not throw the wheel route. He threw the short route, and guess who he threw it to? Action Jackson.
The Flash.
The Flash. Boy, you talk about
39 yards on the pick.
Just an incredible energy right there.
And you have put Northview in very good position as they will go to the pistol. Jackson in motion. He'll get the give. He'll turn up and is met. Not a whole lot of room for him. Might have lost a yard on the play. So 2nd down and 11 for Northview.
Yeah, now let's keep in mind here that, although Northview's down by 2, a field goal will put them up by 1, but there's been no field goal attempts this year. Something to think about.
Makes you you're right. Makes you kind of wonder there a little bit, what will Coach Marshman do? Of course, this is his 4th year as the head coach for Northview. So here we go, 2nd down, 11. Play action. Looking to throw is Wilson. He does. Oh, it's a little bit low, and Finley could not hang on to it. Now 3rd down.
Yeah, it's tough to throw across your body like that, but Ben Wilson knows he should have made that pass. A poorly thrown ball right there. Man, that could have been huge, and he had a couple guys open. Northview
trying to get a win here tonight. For them, They will be on the road next Friday night to Holmes County, and for Baker, they'll host Cottondale for homecoming.
Yeah, that's 2 district games right there for these teams.
So here we go. Let's see what happens with a third down. 8:52 left here in the ball game. Northview trails by 2, and the give up the middle. Finley, he's strong, but he just cannot go anywhere. He's brought down by a host of Gators. Now you've got 4th down. What do you do?
Yeah, you see a little trap play right there as they fake the misdirection. Try to give the counter play right back up the middle, and there's nothing doing right there as that Baker D-line has shut the door.
And, of course, whenever you run the wing tee, that's what you're going to see a lot of is misdirection. See that inside trap, you'll see jet sweeps and all that. And I got to think right now, Coach Marshman is thinking we got to get it in the hands of our playmaker, number 2, Mr. Jaden Jackson.
Yeah, don't be surprised if Wilson throws a pass right here.
He does. And it's intercepted. It is intercepted by the Gators. That is number 44, Ethan Edge. Edge is the only sophomore on this Gator team, and he makes a big play for Baker with 8:05 left in the contest.
Yeah, you see the replay right there, and the thing you don't see in that screen, number 8 right there for Northview was wide open. If he puts a little more air under it, Keyshawn Breedlove, the junior, was sitting out there waiting as Northview hurried up to snap it because Baker was out of position, and Wilson couldn't get the throw over the top.
I'll tell you what, both of these teams, they have been playing hard tonight. This will be a fun finish either way you go. So here we go, 1st and 10 for Baker inside their own 15. They'll send Morrison, the wide out, to the far side.
Expect a steady dose of Brunson right here.
You know that's going to happen. As they'll give actually to Adams. He'll try to cut it up the middle, now to the outside. He'll get hit once and brought down. Looked like in on the stop was Wyatt Wyndham, the senior, number 55.
Yeah, we got a flag on the field right here.
They're going to call holding.
Man, talk about backing them up. This is going to put half the distance to the goal right here for the Gators.
It'll remain 1st down, but boy, that kind of puts you in a little bit of a pickle.
Once again, Northview, here we go. You got an opportunity. You got Baker shoots herself in the foot right here. You got to find a way to overcome this and keep them from getting that 1st down right there.
One of the things we saw at the beginning of the game was the Horsemen. If you are a Florida State fan, you know what we're talking about, and they do it right here at Northview. As we may try to see if we can't talk to somebody here in just a little bit.
I'm a surprise guest. How about that?
That's exactly right. Right now, a 1st and 15 for the Gators. As Carson will be under center, wide out to the far side. And he will give nowhere to go. There's a fumble. They say it is Northview.
It is.
Oh, my goodness. Northview comes up with another turnover.
And I believe that's number 3 or 4 right there for the Chiefs. And, you know, Coach Brunson talked about it, uncharacteristic turnovers for them. And here's another one. I tell you what, it may be uncharacteristic, but give credit to this Northview defense for coming after the football and being headhunters. We're going to see the Bob Tyler Toyota Instant Replay. Watch it right here. Adams running the football, cuts back. And man, oh man, talk about a huge turnover.
Both coaches talked about ball control, and they said whoever can control it will win the ball game. If you turn it over, you're probably going to lose, and right now the Gators have turned it over more. Now give Jackson left side.
Boy, he fumbled the football.
Oh my goodness. And they'll say the Gators are saying they have it. And that's what the officials say.
Wow, 2 turnovers and 2 plays right here. Goodness, was it Ethan Edge again?
Ethan Edge.
The young man.
You may have to put him in on your player of the game.
Jumping on the football right there. Johnny on the spot. How about that?
Very uncharacteristic for Jackson to fumble. And he did there inside the Synovus red zone.
Well, if you're Coach Brunson here, just take a deep breath for a second. Tell your guys, hey, let's take a deep breath. Let's start over. It's 0-0. Let's play our football game right here and cut out the turnovers.
7 minutes, 35 seconds left here in the contest. And, you know, both teams right now trying to chew up the clock. For Northview, actually, they want to get it back, put some points on the board and chew it up. For Baker, they're trying to get it to maybe midfield. It looks like there's going to be a timeout taken by Baker.
Yeah.
With 7 minutes and 35 seconds left here, Baker leads 14-12 over Northview. And we are going to go down to our Brownsville Welding sideline reporter. Here's Clayton Hobhacker.
So as you guys were mentioning earlier, at the top of the game, there was a horse down on the field named Echo. I have Audrey, a freshman here at Northview. Tell us a little about Echo and the tradition here with that.
Actually, the last time that they did the Indian was in 2012, and so now I am taking over the tradition for the next 4 years.
Very nice. Well, congratulations, and I'm sure Northview is very excited to see you and Echo on the field all season long. Back up to you guys.
Interesting stat right there, Jeff.
Uh-oh.
As they did that in 2012, the last time that this Northview Chief team beat the Baker Gators was in 2012.
And it's Friday the 13th.
And, man, it's all adding up.
Man, everything is, oh, my goodness. You saw Clayton in the open throwing that black cat over his shoulder and that salt. We may need more. Remember when Coach Brunson said, this is, used to be Century Black Cats, the old high school up there in Century, and this is why they created Northview here when they shut it down. Interesting stuff.
Well, let's see what happens. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Gators deep in their own territory. Sam crossing the quarterback under center. He'll put Adams in motion. Give. Check that. That's Bronson. He'll shake one tackle. Still on his feet. He'll cut to the inside. Still on his feet. Break another tackle. And brought down around the 17, 18-yard line. A big gain for Joe Bronson, the junior.
Yeah, young man down. We see the Bob Tyler Toyota instant replay. Just tough running. We talk about that other gear Brunson has, and you see it. Look at all the missed tackles. It's 3, 4, 5. 5 or 6 missed tackles right there, and that uncharacteristic of this defense the way they played tonight for the Chiefs.
Looks like JoJo Parker is down for Northview. A 14-yard gain for Baker. Let's take a quick timeout with 7:22 left here. Baker leads Northview 14-12. This is Friday Night Rivals presented by Hill Kelly Dodge. The injured player was JoJo Parker, number 57 for Northview. He is up and we are ready. And welcome back to Friday Night Rivals presented by Hill Kelly Dodge. Randy Bergen along with Jeff Price, and down on the sidelines our Brownsville Welding sideline reporter Clayton Hobhacker. Next week, Friday Night Rivals will be in will be at Escambia to take on Gulf Breeze. So that'll be a lot of fun. Be sure and join us right here. Now, Gators, left side. The big man McQueen, he will take it. And he'll be ridden down after a 9-yard gain. Well, I'll tell you what, you just put the big guy in there and give him the ball.
That is a big young man running down the field. That is, if that doesn't look like a middle linebacker in college right there, I don't know what is.
Looks like the officials are going back over to the sideline. Not sure what is happening there. Let's see.
Are they having an issue with the chains? Looks like maybe.
Looks like they did, yeah. Now they're trying to get them set here. I think they moved before the officials gave them the ruling to move.
Yeah, I think they said it was a first down when he was a yard short.
Yeah. That's exactly right. So let me ask you while we've got just a second here, Jeff. I got to mention a couple of guys here, all right? Our statistician. You know who he is?
Oh, Dr. Dre?
Dr. Dre. Doing a great job for us, Dr. Dre.
Dre always does a fantastic job for us. He's the one that when you hear us say that was a 61-yard return or whatever, it's not us because we're no good at math at all. Dre is, though.
So they're going to say it'll be first down, 1st and 10 for the Gators. They'll set up at their own 28-yard line. In motion, the big man McQueen. He'll get hit, and he goes nowhere there. He will lose a yard. I'll tell you what, there were a host of Chiefs in on that stop.
Yeah, you look, Jaheim Durant right there came out with the ball. Refs ruled him down, though. But, yeah, you see McQueen, that's a tough man to bring down. But the host of Chiefs, they weren't going to let that happen again.
2nd down, 10. Both teams have played extremely well tonight. If you're Coach Marshman or Coach Bronson, yeah, there's some things you can work on, but you got to be very pleased with how hard these guys have been playing. We always talk about changes from the first game to the second game. Well, there's been a lot of buys in there as they give up the middle. That'll be Baxa, and Baxa he got hit, but he picked up enough for a first. It looks like down for Northview. I believe that's number 14, Mr. Isaiah Walker.
Yeah, watch the hit right there. Boy, oh boy, delivering the blow. Goodness gracious, Trent Peebles, senior.
You know, we've not called Seth Bascom that much. He picked up 13 on the play. It'll be spotted at the 41. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Gators. Clock continues to run. Inside 6 minutes left here.
Hey, Randy, you know, we talk about we got football season. I didn't know Pace and Mosley were playing baseball. It's the third quarter right now, and Pace is up 3-2. How about that for a football score? Goodness gracious.
The guys look at the wrist. They get the audible as Crossen will be under center. Give Bronson left side. He'll follow his blocking. He'll get hit once, twice, still on his feet. And finally the whistle blows, but not until he gains about 4 on the play.
Yeah, really good job right there as Brunson keeps on powering. But man, oh man, this is just, you look at the Baker squad and they've done, you know, he has his success. Of course, he's a heck of a ball player, but they make some fantastic blocks. I want to give shout out to Garen Mitchum right there, the fullback, blowing that man out of the hole right there so Mr. Brunson could make way.
Inside 5 minutes left, 4:51 to be exact. And if you're Baker, you're exactly where you want to be. You're at midfield and you can chew up a lot of clock. If you're Northview, you got to make something happen here. Give Bronson left side. He'll get hit, but is able to lean forward and get a first down in Northview territory right around the 48.5.
Boy, and tick, 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 as you see Brunson just eking out the first down right there as he falls forward right here. I tell you what, you talk about guys that have a knack for the sticks. That young man has a knack for the sticks. He always finds a way.
They're just chewing the clock up.
What a ball game. I know we still got 4 minutes left, but it has been fantastic. You talk about Brunson and, oh, was it Flash you called him?
Flash,
Mr. Jaden
exactly.
Jackson right there. Boy, this is, you talk about these defenses. These defenses have played lights out tonight, man. Hats off no matter what happens.
Here we go, first down. Give McQueen left side. He'll follow his blocking. He finds the edge. And I'm telling you, we've said it over and over. He's a hard one to bring down. He'll move the chains again. One thing that I'm noticing is Baker's really not running that clock down very much. They're snapping it at about 20 seconds left on the play clock.
Yeah, I think they've got a little bit of a rhythm right now, and Coach Brunson sees that as when they slowed things down, they've made some mistakes, and I think he's trying to put it in the end zone. He's not really worried maybe about running all that clock out. He wants to go ahead and make a statement in the game now.
Ball spotted at the Northview 37. 3:30 left here, 14-12. Baker leads Northview. Again, the first district game of 2019 for both. Baker trying to break a streak, and McQueen will have it left side. There he goes as he's pushed out of bounds, and it looks like they'll move the chains again. For Baker, you've heard us talk about it all night. They're trying to maintain that win streak that goes back to November 2016, 31 regular season wins. That, my friend, is incredible.
Yeah, and then you turn it over as Northview is the last team in the Pensacola area, Escambia County right there, to win state in 2012. So it's kind of turning the tides here, but Northview trying to make a statement here of their own, saying, guess what, we're back. See if they can make a stop here on defense.
They'll have it at the 25-yard line, will the Gators. They'll put McQueen in motion, give to him, left side. He finds a big hole, and he'll be close to moving the chains again. Right now, Northview not able to find an answer for Eric McQueen.
Yeah, and once again, Garen Mitchum right there, the fullback, senior, number 21, blowing the block up right there on the outside. He is creating some holes, along with a host of the offensive line of the Gators right there. Those buffet busters up front doing a fantastic job, and they are wearing this defense out as now you see Baker is in the Synovus red zone.
8-yard gain. It'll be 2nd down and 2 for the Gators. And now they let that play clock get inside 10 seconds. Sam crossing the quarterback. Under center. Again, they'll work McQueen. He'll hurdle. And it looks like he may have only picked up a yard, so it'll be 3rd down, and now there's going to be a timeout taken by Northview. They've still got 2 timeouts left. All right, we will take a quick timeout ourselves with 1 minute and 58 seconds remaining in tonight's ball game. The Baker Gators lead 14-12 over the Northview Chiefs. This is Friday Night Rivals presented by Hill Kelly Dodge. Welcome back to Friday Night Rivals presented by Hill Kelly Dodge. 1 minute and 58 seconds remains here in tonight's contest. And the Gators trying to put a staple on it. It'll be 1st down. Give Eric, left side, McQueen. He'll find a gap, and he'll get close to the end zone. But will be pushed out of bounds right around the 1. They are in the Synovus red zone. And there's a fumble. There's a fumble, it looks like. It looks like Northview has got the ball.
Oh, boy, we just talked about this.
Watch out, it's Friday the 13th, anything can happen. Now if you're Coach Marshman, you gotta watch. Here you go, a Bob Tyler replay, and
that's a touchback. That ball looked like, yeah, it's a touchback.
It is.
He jumped on the end zone right there. Man, oh man, how about
and it will
that?
come out to the 20-yard line. 80 yards separates the Gators and the Chiefs.
Demarion Finley, the only sophomore on the field for the Chiefs. Once again, Johnny on the spot for him right there. And minute 49. Goodness gracious, we got ourselves a ball game, folks. How about this?
Here we go. As Ben Wilson will be in the pistol. He'll give right side. That'll be Jackson. He'll find a hole. And will pick up only 3 on the play. 2nd down as the clock continues. Now, for both teams, they have 2 timeouts. They'll give him a gain of 4 on the play.
They got to go.
So it'll be 2nd down and 6. Right now, you've got to keep moving the sticks. You've got to, if you're trying to win with 1:27 left, you got to use every bit of the clock. Here we go. He'll throw deep.
Uh-oh.
He does.
Got a man.
And it is not caught. Incomplete. The intended receiver was Keyshawn Breedlove, the junior. He had his hands on it but could not come down.
Really good throw right there by Wilson at quarterback. You know, we've seen him struggle with a couple throws, but a beautiful spiral out there for him. Watch this right here. Throws it up, gives his man a chance, and boy, oh boy, it was a great throw as the defender comes in and makes a really good play right there. As that was Xander Long, the junior corner, 5'7", 140. Boy, coming in clutch because, boy, that could have been 6 points.
No doubt about it. It'll be 3rd down and long for Northview. Trying to make something happen. That's from the pistol. Wilson. He'll get in trouble. He'll be sacked in the backfield. And it'll be a loss. It'll bring up 4th down. And you got to think Coach Marshman is going to take a timeout.
Yeah, and he does right there. And man, oh man, now it's 4th down and long. And we've seen the pass protection break down a little bit for Northview. Now remember, this is a wing T team. You don't throw the ball but 4, 5, 6 times a game, so it's tougher than what you think than whenever you're used to dropping back 20 times a game. But nonetheless, you got to find a way if you're Northview right here to get ahead of the sticks. Don't worry about scoring right this second. You got to get a 1st down. It's 4th and long.
You have to wonder right now, do you put it in the hands of your playmaker? And of course, we're talking about number 2, Mr. Jaden Jackson, the junior. How do you get it in his hands? Because we've already seen the speed. We know he can break tackles. And if you're Baker, you're saying, watch number 2, Jackson. Don't let him get the ball.
You got to think if you're Baker, you have to force somebody else to beat you right here. You cannot allow Jackson. Wherever he's going, he needs 3 guys on him.
This is pretty much the ball game with 1:05 left. You're down by 2, 14-12. To the near side will be Breedlove. from the pistol, Wilson. He'll back up, wants to throw. He rifles it down. And it is caught.
Oh, boy.
It is caught. It is caught by Jackson. It is caught by Jackson. That'll stop the clock inside 1 minute and will be spotted at the 43-yard line.
Again, Wilson throws it up, giving his man a chance, and the corner never turns his head around, and Jackson right there makes a tremendous catch. Boy, oh boy, is that count as getting mossed, as Randy Moss would say.
Oh, my goodness, a 26-yard pass reception. And here we go. We'll have two on either side, a low snap. Wilson in trouble. He gets rid of it. He throws it downfield. And Jackson does what he needed to do, and that was tip it because it was just about to be intercepted.
Yeah, Jackson tried everything he could to get to that ball right there. As you saw, Wilson kind of stumbled back a little bit, but found a way to get the ball off, but it was almost all for naught right there as the ball was almost intercepted right there by two Gators.
You know, Jeff, we've heard of double coverage, okay? That was quadruple coverage on Jackson.
Yeah, but when it's Jackson, hey, why not? I mean, that's your guy right there.
So here we go, second down, long, 38 seconds left here from the 43-yard line. Northview trying to see if they can end the streak. Looking to throw, wants to. Throws it in the direction, and it is caught by Jackson.
Oh, my goodness.
Down to the 25-yard line. That will stop the clock with 28 seconds left.
Well, Jackson's got to apologize right there to Xander Long because, man, Xander thought he had that ball. And he's going to watch film and not figure out how in the world he didn't catch the ball as Jackson came in and said, hey, excuse me, mind if I borrow that for a minute? Thanks. Wow.
Oh, my goodness. 29 yards on that reception. And the clock is ticking. You got to get rid of it. Wilson does. He'll float it down. And it is incomplete.
Oh, man, that may have been early right there, but the refs don't call it.
The fans wanted pass interference. Down to 12 seconds.
You see Jackson right there, his hands on his hips. That young man has played a heck of a ball game. We're going to see the Bob Tyler Toyota Instant Replay. Put him in the slot right there. You see him running down the field. They're just going to throw it up to him again. Hey, why not? It's been working, but Xander Long right there makes amends after that last pass play earlier where he gave it up to Jackson.
We've got the player of the game coming up in just a few moments, presented by Hill Kelly Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. Here we go. This could be the last play of the game. As Wilson wants to throw, he's got pressure, he delivers, and it will be incomplete. They'll stop the clock at 7 seconds.
Yeah, I think there's a miscommunication right there on whether the receiver was running a seam down the field or not, and that receiver was not. And Wilson's lucky right there, the pass was not intercepted. 7 seconds left.
Wow.
Down by 2. You're on your side right here. You're at the 25, almost inside the Synovus red zone. Man, oh man.
This should be the last play of the game. Can the homestanding Chiefs of Northview break the streak against Baker? Delivers, throws. It is intercepted by Baker, and that is going to do it as Baker will get the win tonight, 14-12 over Northview. I got to tell you, this was a heck of a ball game, and if you're Northview, you certainly cannot hang your head low.
Oh, absolutely not. You played your hearts out tonight, and I guarantee you Coach Marshman's going to go back and look at things they could have done better. But either one of these teams, tip your caps. I tell you what, I hope we get to see this matchup again in the playoffs because, boy, this was fun.
This was extremely exciting, and I'm telling you, it could have went either way. For Baker, they will improve their record to 3-0. They will keep the streak alive. It will be 32 regular season wins for Northview. They go to 1-2 on the season, and they get set to take on, actually, to travel to Holmes County next week. All right, we will take a quick timeout. A final here, 14-12, Baker defeats Northview. This is Friday Night Rivals presented by Hill Kelly Dodge. Well, final here tonight as Baker will defeat Northview 14-12. Jeff, we got our player of the game.
I mean, I don't think it's going to surprise anybody. How about this? The Iron Man right there, Joe Brunson, number 9, running the football, playing a little defense. I mean, can you argue with it right there? That young man has done everything tonight on the field for the Gators.
Of course, our player of the game, presented by Hill Kelly Dodge, Chrysler, and Jeep Ram, and we're going to go down on the field.
Guys, I'm down here with Coach Brunson. Wild game all the way up to the very last play of the game. Great road win for you guys. Tell me what you learned about your team tonight.
Yeah, listen, we fought through some errors and definitely finished the game well. And Northview's done a good job, but I wouldn't trade anybody for these guys right here around me. They kept fighting until the last whistle blown, and it was a great team win for our team.
Well, congratulations, guys. You keep your streak alive. I will not hold you from this trophy anymore. Congratulations. It belongs to you guys.
Absolutely no doubt those guys right there are excited. They came into hostile territory as Northview was ready for them, I'm going to tell you. And it was a heck of a game, Jeff.
Yeah, it really was. And, hey, for Northview, don't hang your head. Fantastic ball game. Find the ways to come back and win because, hey, I guarantee you're going to see these teams face off in the playoffs again.
Well, it was exciting to see Joe Brunson run the ball for Baker. He did an outstanding job, of course, our player of the game. And let's go to the other side where Northview had Jackson. He did a heck of a job. The whole team, offensively and defensively, did as well. Next week, Friday Night Rivals will be in Escambia to take on Gulf Breeze. You be sure and join us. All right, that is going to wrap it up for us. I'm Randy Bergen along with Jeff Price and Clayton Habecker. It is a final here tonight as Baker defeats Northview 14-12. For the whole staff, it's Friday Night Rivals. We'll see you next week, presented by Hill Kelly Dodge. Good night, everybody.